Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in my bedroom, so apologies if you can hear the background noise. It is currently 5:30 in the evening and it's 35 degrees. So it is sweltering hot at the moment and I just am not dealing with that right now in a room that doesn't have aircon. So I'm in my bedroom. But today I'm going to be telling you about the books that I really want to read before the end of the year. So my top 10 books that I want to get done before 2024. So instead of doing like a monthly TBR jar, which I would normally do because I've been having lots of fun with that, I have decided to just try and like aim to either finish books that I've already started and haven't finished for whatever reason this year, or just I want to at least get a start on some of these books. So let's get into it. So this first book has been on my TBR for a year now. I got it last Christmas, but I didn't end up reading it last year, and that is Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is a sapphic Christmas rom-com between two women who have a meet cute in a bookstore, and it just sounds really cute and fun. And I don't have like too many Christmas books on my TBR. Like I want to read lots of Christmas books, but if I'm being honest, like I probably just won't get around to them when I already have so many books on my TBR. But this is one that I've already had on my TBR for a while. I already really like Alison Cochrane's writing. Like I read The Charm Offensive the other year and I loved it so much. So that's actually the reason why I picked this up in the first place, not even just because it was a Christmas book. I'll probably end up reading this one in December, but I'm really excited for it. Next up is a book that I've already started, and that is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Devices series. I actually started reading this for a reading vlog literally like 4 months ago, and I just didn't end up finishing it. I didn't like DNF it, if you will. I just kind of stopped reading it and got distracted with other books. Like that's the only reason I put this down. So I'm actually about halfway, so I'll probably do like a little, I don't know, like a recap or something before I pick this one back up, although I think I remember most of it. But I do really want to have a reading vlog for this series up hopefully in the new year. So hopefully once I get back into this book specifically, I will actually, you know, be in the mood to read the other two books. I am enjoying this one so far. Like I don't dislike this as much as I disliked City of Bones, which is good, but I really need to finish this. Really hoping to at least finish this book by the end of 2022. 2022? Oh my god, 2023. Next up is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the first book in the Boys of Tommen series. I picked this one up when it was traditionally published in Australia, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to finish this by the end of the year, but I at least want to get a good start on this because this is an 800-page book, and I don't know if it's like exclusively a romance or whether it's more like a romance with other kind of like drama going on, which I think is the vibe of this. But I do really want to see if I enjoy these books. I know they've been really hyped up, and there's a whole series coming out. More books are being traditionally published in this series, I think, really soon in Australia. So I at least want to get a start on the first book just to see if this series is going to be for me. And honestly, I just want to get a start on this just because it's so massive, and I've been putting it off because it's so massive, but I'm also really excited for it, and hopefully I really like it because then I'll have like 3 other massive books to read, which will be exciting. And I feel like once I get the first book out of the way, I will be less intimidated by the rest of the series. So fingers crossed. The next book I really want to get to is Kakai by Vaishnavi Patel, and I really want to get to this because this was one of my most anticipated reads of 2022, and it was so hard to get a hold of this book, and I didn't actually get to buy this book until I saw it, like the paperback, in a bookstore this year. And so unfortunately, like my initial like first year hype had kind of like waned a little bit, but this is still a book I'm really excited about and really want to get to. This is a fantasy novel. It is a reimagining of the life of the infamous queen from an Indian epic called the Ramayana, which I have not read, but regardless, I really like the sound of this book anyway. There's gods, there's warriors, there's resistance and magic, and it just sounds really incredible. And I've heard really positive reviews from people who read this last year as well, and so it's still really high up on my TBR. I think this is like, if I were to do a 5-star prediction, this would be in that video, because I just think that I'm going to love this. I really hope I'm going to love this anyway, because I've been looking forward to it so much. Next up is Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Now, I technically started this one already. I got like 24 pages in, but I just don't think I was in the mood for it. I really want to get to this one because, like Binding 13, I just want to read the first book in the series and see if this is going to be something that I enjoy and whether I should get the rest of the books, because I do really like books that, you know, explore different couples, different friendships, and like a big friendship group. And I think this is one of those as well. Like, it's like a big sort of found family dynamic. I do really love those. I know this is like an older series now. It's kind of like lost the hype a little bit, but I do really want to give it a chance and just see how I feel. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to start from the beginning again, because I didn't really get that far into it, if I'm being honest. But I at least want to start and finish book 1, and then I can make up my mind whether to continue on with the rest of the series. The next book I really want to read, I was really excited for, and I pre-ordered it, and I have unfortunately heard some not so great reviews since this actually came in the mail for me, but I really want to read this just so it's off of my TBR, and just to like gauge how I feel about it personally, because I could either dislike it or I could end up really loving it. I hope I really love it because it sounds really cool. And that is The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. And this one, like, first of all, I got the Waterstones edition. It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. And like the naked hardback, oh my god. It is one of the most beautiful books I own, I think, at the moment, and I am just obsessed. So I really do hope I like this book. But this is apparently Reylo fanfic, which I did not know when I pre-ordered this. I am not a Star Wars girly at all. I think I've seen like 1.5 movies total of Star Wars, and I think I saw the first like Reylo Star Wars movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like when it first came out, and I cannot remember anything. I'm still really excited for this one though, because it is meant to be a really fantastical world. I think it is Southeast Asian inspired as well from what I've heard, and there's a romance going on, and it just sounds really cool, like with the actual hurricane wars as well, like with the people that are fighting for freedom in this book. I didn't even end up putting this one off because of the bad reviews or anything like that. I just wanted to read other things, but I still really want to get to this one really soon. And like, look, if I end up loving this one, like, I'm gonna take so many photos of this for Bookstagram, because oh my god, just good. And like the map is beautiful as well. Oh, I'm obsessed. I really hope I love this one, and it is the first in a series as well, so fingers crossed. The next book that I'd really like to get to finally, again, it was one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and I just haven't gotten around to it for whatever reason, and that is Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kwan. This is about an Asian author who has like a unpublished manuscript, but it is finished before she ends up dying, and then after she dies, her white author friend ends up stealing her work and publishing it under her own name. I've heard from friends like in real life that this is actually pretty fast paced and like really easy to read, and apparently it's really good and really well done. I have heard from some other people that it is on the nose, but also I have heard people say that about Babel as well, which I definitely understand those criticisms, but I personally loved Babel and all of the themes and everything that it explored. So I'm really hoping that I feel the same way about this as well. It's just in like a non-fantasy setting, if you will. The next 3 books that I really want to get to before 2024 are all romances actually. So let's go with Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Now, I added this one to the list just because I picked up Yours Truly this year and I didn't realize it was like a companion novel, or like the second in a series, and this is the first one. And so I really want to read this one so I can read Yours Truly, because I have heard so many amazing things about Abby Jimenez's writing anyway, and honestly, I don't know what this is about, but I've just heard that like her writing and her stories and her characters are all just like really beautifully written. Like they're well fleshed out characters, like the relationships are really well done as well, and I'm just like really excited to finally get into her work. And so I'm going to hopefully read and love this one and then read Yours Truly and then maybe get into more of her backlog. Abby Jimenez just sounds like an author I'll end up really loving, and so I need to read this one before I kind of get a start on her other book that I own and accidentally bought without realizing it's book 2. So really excited for this one. Next up is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is Ali Hazelwood's young adult debut novel, and I have read Ali Hazelwood's other books, and like some people love them, some people hate them. I am a fan. Like, you know exactly what you're getting into. If you like one, you'll like the rest, and I love her STEM romance series. I think they're really fun and easy to read. At first, I was a little bit unsure about getting this one in the first place, just because I haven't really delved into a lot of YA contemporary, unless it's sort of like a more hard-hitting one, in a really long time, because I think I've just kind of gone past the age where I can kind of even enjoy them from a distance, if that makes sense. But this one, apparently it's really cute, apparently it's really well done, and like the whole chess theme as well. It's about Mallory, who really loves chess and grew up playing chess, but she is completely done with it. She doesn't want to play it anymore because I think something happened with her family. I'm not too sure exactly what happened that made her hate chess so much because of like the things that happened with her family, but she ends up needing money, I'm pretty sure. So she ends up getting involved in a chess tournament, and she meets a boy named Nolan, and we go from there. The reviews that I've seen since this came out have just all been really glowing, and just says that it's really fun and cute and just a good time overall, which I'm open to. And because I already like Ali Hazelwood's writing, I am more open to kind of reading this anyway. So I do really want to get to this one. I've kind of the excitement for this one for me personally has kind of like gone from down here to like up here, like really gradually. So I'm really hoping to get to this one soon. I think it's going to be a fun time. And then finally is another really anticipated release of this year for me. I love this author so much, and that is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Now this is the first book in a new series by her. It's set in the same sort of small town that the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire series is set in. Sounds like a mouthful, but I hope you can follow where I'm going with this. This one follows an interior designer and her childhood sort of enemy slash rival. They end up rekindling their friendship slash romance together, I think, and they renovate a house together, and I'm just really excited about it. I think it's going to be really fun. I loved the Dreamland Billionaires series so much, so much. Like, it was so much fun for me, and so I'm so excited about this one for like brand new characters and set in sort of like the familiar town as well that we got in the third book, because I really like the town setting in that one. So I just want to read this one because like I'm just so excited for it. So this is going to be on my TBR pretty soon. Okay, so they are all of the books that I'm hoping to get to before the end of the year. I don't know how I'm going to go with that because it's like kind of mid to end November as I'm filming this, and I don't know how I'm gonna read 10 books in a month. I'm gonna try. Hopefully I can get through a bunch of these books and let you know how I feel about them before the end of the year. Also, let me know what sort of end of year / new year videos you'd like to see as well. So like think best of, worst of, like top 10 lists and stats and whatnot as well. Like I'll be doing some anyway, but let me know what you're feeling, what you like watching. I'll also leave all my socials down in the description box below as well, so you can go check them out. Make sure if you like this video to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day or not wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.